You know, I had felt that Fiji would be like a once-in-a-lifetime place for me, but after coming to the south coast, like the Coral Coast, cycling along here today, and the beaches and everything, and I've not even been to the other islands yet, you know, I'd consider coming back here. So this here, I was just enjoying a morning in the first homestay that I stayed in, and it's called Westfield Homestay. Just a really simple family, Indo-Fijian family, and they live in Nadi. So that's where the main airport is, Nadi, and it's on the west coast of the island. The capital city is Suva. That's the biggest city in the South Pacific. But Nadi is where the main airport is on Fiji, on Viti Levu, the main island of Fiji. So I came here, stayed with this family, typical Indian culture family where the 3 generations live in one house. So you've got the grandparents, the middle generation who make the money, bring in the money to feed everybody, and then they tend to have children as well. Always food on the stove, very much like how I grew up. The place I'm staying tonight is called Tavua, and I'm just out of town in this really nice place here. It's just a village close to Tavua, the town of Tavua. The people I'm staying with, Fiji is basically not on Google. You can't really Google much about Fiji. It's still at a point where you have to ask around. A lot of places don't have anywhere to stay in terms of hotels and so on, but a lot of people, I think, could do well if they wanted to you know, let rooms out, because if you ask them to stay, then they will stay. They will let you stay, usually for a price or whatever. So that's pretty much what I'm doing tonight. Just staying with some people who I spoke to, friends of somebody I met, and I've got something else like that set up for tomorrow night. And I think that's the way to go here if you are, you know, cycle touring here on a budget. In terms of cycle touring, I've not seen another bicycle, not even, you know, a local bike. I've seen nothing in the way of bicycles here. The roads, a little bit sketchy in terms of the trucks, because they drive as if you're not there. They drive, you know, they don't hit you, but unless you're in the gutter or, you know, right on the white line at the edge of the road, they're right next to you. The wind from them as they go past can blow you about a bit, so not the best in that sense. Now that I'm out of the town areas though, it's gotten a lot easier. Assim é, mas tem que saber como é isso. Somebody must have died here. Reuben James Summerlin, July 2015. Cyclist. This is the only other bike I've seen in Fiji so far, being used here as a memorial. I guess he got knocked off his bike. Everybody's been telling me not to ride here, it's too dangerous, but you can see how it's pretty sketchy at times. So I was just riding along and somebody in a truck stopped, leaned out the window and handed me a big bottle of water and just said, "Where are you from?" So I said, "I'm from the UK." He goes, "Have a nice day," and that was it. He drove off. Like, they drive crazy, but when they stop and talk you realise they're not crazy at all. They're such warm-hearted people, and they've all got a smile on their face. Amazing. Nothing really in Fiji is on Google, and I found myself at this Indian funeral, Indo-Fijian funeral, and what I'm doing here is drinking kava, which is a tree root that they rinse through water and make a drink out of. And that's my first attempt at drinking kava. It's a muscle relaxant. That's the stuff there in the dirty water washing up bowl. That's kava, or as they call it on Fiji, in Viti Levu, the island of Viti Levu, they call it grok. And this man's hands, somebody else was holding the camera here and he pointed it at this man's hands and said, "This is the effect of drinking kava long term. It dries out the skin." So this was the father of my host who had passed away, and Indian funerals last for around about 13 days, so this was like day 6, and the mourning was in progress. This man here, Rupesh, he was my host, and it was very kind of him to allow me to stay with his family. A very chilled out atmosphere. Music was being played and a few snacks were being passed around in the form of fruit. And everybody was just sitting around, very chilled vibe.